Welcome to kindergarten at Falmouth Elementary. We hope that this presentation will help to communicate some of the components that we want you to understand for your child's kindergarten year. If at any time you have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to contact your child's teacher. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to watch this presentation. Here is the kindergarten team for the 2018-2019 school year. Mrs. Jacqueline Smith, Mrs. Audra Gulick, Mr. Philip Watt, Mrs. Sharon Kerner, and Miss Amy Ransom. We are also delighted to have our paraprofessionals, Mrs. Carol Kurtstetter, Mrs. Kathy Loy, and Mrs. Caitlin Dudley. Together we work as a team to collaborate and plan to create a positive, enriched environment for your child for their kindergarten year. Our kindergarten team is committed to making sure that we communicate with you as much as possible. Please make sure that all notes are included in a daily folder, and we can always be reached by email. It's sometimes hard for us to get to the phone, but we do check our voicemail. If there's ever a change in your child's transportation, please let us know immediately and for the duration that that change will happen. Daily folders need to come back and forth so that we can also communicate with you and you with us. We have newsletters and conferences, but between then, those daily folders are important so that you can see your child's work and we can get notes back and forth. If you have anytime would like a conference with your child's teacher, please put a note or an email so that we can address any situation that you feel needs to be talked about. Our web pages are also updated regularly so that we can help you with any upcoming news. Here's a couple of reminders that we just want to keep you aware of. If you send money for any reason, please make sure that it's in an envelope or baggie clearly marked for where that money needs to go. With our book fair, the cafeteria, field trips, and any other reason that you'd be sending money, it's hard for kids to remember where that money needed to go. And we don't want to guess and put it on their lunch account if it was actually for the book fair or a field trip or a PTO event. From now on, because breakfast is sometimes needed periodically, if your child is getting breakfast and they usually don't, just send a note and we'll happily send them into the cafeteria to get a breakfast that morning. Because of the change in seasons, if you sent extra clothes with shorts and a t-shirt, you may want to send extra clothes now with a long sleeve shirt and jeans. Snacks are community snacks. We ask that you send them for the entire class. They need to be peanut free and they need to be enough for each child's classroom. Check with the teacher to find out the number of children that will be eating that snack. Birthdays. We want to celebrate your child's birthday, but we also want to make sure that we still have instructional time during the day. Please send mini cupcakes and make sure that they have the sticker on them that says that they were made and processed, baked, and loved in a peanut-free environment.
In kindergarten, we usually take 2 field trips. They are always centered around our SOLs. Depending on our trip, we usually ask for either 3 to 5 parents to chaperone. Each teacher will draw names to be fair. As per Stafford County, all parents wanting to chaperone must be fingerprinted. This process can take up to 2 weeks, so be sure to request the form from your child's teacher if you think you're interested. Waiting till the last minute can risk your chance to chaperone. Being fingerprinted does not guarantee you a spot as a chaperone. Our trips have not been decided yet. We are currently looking into them and hoping to schedule them soon. We will let you know once things have been decided. Every day in kindergarten, our team works hard to ensure the children receive a balanced approach to language arts, reading, and writing. This slide shows the 8 components we do each and every day, from read alouds to guided writing. It all happens. Now, of course, at the beginning of the year, it may be a bit more simplistic as the children are learning our routines. However, as we continue to work and build skills, the children advance in all of the components, becoming independent readers and writers. You will be amazed at how they advance by the end of the year. We're always so proud of their progress. Please be sure to take some time to read through the information on each component, because as your children come home talking about their day and their reading groups and writing groups, you'll then be able to understand what they're talking about. Open Court and Benchmark are the two programs we use for our literacy program here at Falmouth. We blend both programs to be able to differentiate to meet the needs of our students. Open Court is a program that focuses on building letter identification and sounds, rhyming, and concept of word. Benchmark is the program that focuses on comprehension, fluency, and one-to-one correspondence, which is following text. Together, these programs hit all areas of language arts and reading to achieve success. Math is definitely not what it used to be. In kindergarten, it is super hands-on. We use a lot of manipulatives to practice skills. Kindergarten children are usually very concrete learners. All math skills spiral and develop over time, leading to more abstract concepts. We never teach a skill and then drop it and start another one. They're always spiraling. We also focus a lot on problem solving and helping the children understand that there's more than one way to approach a problem and to solve it. Throughout the year, we use several programs hand in hand to build on these skills. They are Investigations, Envisions, and Kathy Richardson. And we use both whole group and flexible grouping, which is when they work with their teacher to practice. So by the end of the year, math skills have developed and you'll be impressed with their success.
We use a lot of technology as a resource in the classroom throughout the year. Some of the ways technology will be implemented into our instruction are through iPads for reading with Raz Kids and various math games. Our interactive smartboard where students can manipulate objects, letters, words, and numbers to make learning more engaging. Our Chromebooks, and various other apps and games. As students continue to learn and grow throughout the year, their progress will be monitored and tracked through regular and ongoing assessments. Some of these assessments include PALS, the Phonological Awareness Literacy Screening, where students will be assessed on phonological and phonemic skills, such as identifying beginning sounds and rhyming words, spelling, letter and sound recognition, and concept of word. This assessment will be given 3 times during the year, in the fall, mid-year, and spring. AMC Math, where students will be assessed on their mathematical skills, including rote counting and one-to-one correspondence. This assessment is also administered in the fall, mid-year, and spring. F&P, Fontes and Pinnell, which is a reading assessment that assesses students' fluency and comprehension in reading. This assessment is given twice per year, once at mid-year and once again in the spring. Along with our Fontes and Pinnell reading assessment, students will be consistently assessed throughout the year on their fluency and comprehension through ongoing running records given to them on their current book they are reading at their individual reading levels. Some assessments we give are informal, which include quick checks that help us to monitor student growth in various areas throughout the year. Homework is not required for kindergarten in Stafford County. However, we strongly recommend and urge for you to read with your child at least 15 minutes per night, to study our sight words, and to possibly complete any occasional practice sheets. It also goes a long way to continue practicing skills such as counting, rhyming, and identifying letters and sounds on a consistent basis at home. In the spring, part of our curriculum will include family life. It is important to note that this will be age and grade level appropriate, and it will cover only the basics, which only include different families, stranger danger, and good touch, bad touch.
Stafford County Public Schools uses a standards-based report card that is aligned with the Virginia Standards of Learning, or SOLs. Report cards will come home 4 times throughout the year at the end of each 9 weeks. Kindergarten does not send home interim reports like grades 1 through 5. The report card is broken down into sections by language arts, science, social studies, math, and work and social habits, where you can see what is being taught and reviewed throughout the year. We use a performance scale of numbers for scores on the report card. These scores are not given by averaging. Instead, we use a variety of county-wide rubrics to provide consistent and uniform assessment. You will also need to keep in mind that these numerical scores do not align with the A, B, C, D, or F scoring system. We will review this different kind of scoring system in more detail in the slides to follow, with a bicycle analogy and visuals. Students may earn a 1 on the report card if they are really not grasping a concept or skill. They may be getting frustrated and they are continuing to struggle even after repeated instruction. Think of a bicycle with only one wheel. A child cannot do anything with this bicycle, just as they cannot do anything with the concept or skill they are trying to learn. If your child receives a 1 on a concept or skill, we will continue to work with your child to improve their performance as we go throughout the year. Remember that 1s do not relate to a failing score like a D or an F. Students may earn a 2 on the report card if they are needing assistance to perform or practice a skill or concept. These students cannot perform without help from the teacher or additional instruction. Think of a bicycle with training wheels. A child may be able to get on the bike and pedal, but they still need their training wheels and an adult to hold on. Your child may be able to start a task, but they will still need someone to help make sure they are doing the task correctly. You may see several 2s on the report card at the beginning of the year. This is okay. Every child is learning new concepts and will need some help at first. Students may earn a 2+ if they are performing or practicing a skill or concept with only occasional or minimal assistance. Think of that bicycle with training wheels again. But this time they're riding off on their own and only need help with their training wheels and maybe one small push from an adult. These students are almost at mastery of a concept or skill, and they are well on their way to scoring a 3 in the upcoming quarters.
Students may earn a 3 if they are consistently able to perform the skill without assistance in order to achieve a goal. This means that they are mastering the concept and performing on grade level. Picture your child riding a bicycle by himself or herself independently without help from an adult. Students may earn a 3+ if they consistently perform this skill and do it with exceptional ease, no matter what level of difficulty. This means they are mastering the concept independently while consistently putting forth more effort. Picture your child riding his or her bicycle while doing a little trick, such as a wheelie. Students may earn a 4 if they are consistently using higher level thinking skills, such as analysis, synthesis, and integration. They are going above and beyond in order to apply the skill to unfamiliar situations. This means they are performing at a higher level, doing more than what is expected or asked of. They are challenging themselves to do more. Thank you so much for taking the time to view our presentation. We are all very excited to be working together with such amazing parents this year to make every child's learning experience the best it can possibly be. Here's to a great year of kindergarten.